our experiment was testing different animal saliva in order to see if their saliva is capable of killing bacteria that is around this world.
Okay. And what were your your test subjects, please?
The cat.
Got it.
Two different breed of dogs.
Okay.
An albino bunny and a pig.
Okay. Awesome. And let's start with some literature review information.
A question we did was what each saliva contained of different animals. And another one was...
tell me what you found out about that. Yeah.
Dog saliva doesn't contain enzymes.
Really?
But a cat and bunny and pig does.
But the dog and a cat both have like chemicals or like not have some kind of enzymes that help kill bacteria and heal wounds.
Okay.
So that was also a factor. So we thought that the cat and the dog will have the least amount of bacteria in the petri dish.
So your hypothesis was what? Which animal did you think would have the most pertinent saliva?
We believe that the cat will kill the most bacteria because it was the one that contained the most enzymes and had antiseptic
yes.
quality. So that whole thing that a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth?
Well, it said in the articles that we read that it is cleaner, but it could also contain bacteria that could harm us.
Yeah, absolutely. So mouth kissing your dog is not a great thing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So that's something you guys learned from this, obviously. Mouth kissing. Are there any of these animals that really would be good for us to mouth kiss as a pet? I can't believe I'm asking this.
Oh yeah, they are.
The cat and the dog are the best, but yeah.
You still not something. I mean,
I don't think you
all
would do
animals
it.
are going to contain bacteria that could be harmful to us.
well, they're also self cleaners, so that
Yeah.
that's one of those things you want to think about too.
The cats groom about
they are.
36%.
The what?
The cats groom themselves.
Oh,
Yeah, 36% of the time.
Yeah.
And so we know where and how they're grooming. That's something I want to kiss. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Talk to me about. I definitely want to see the video. I'm curious which was the most difficult to harvest saliva from, and how much were you able to harvest from each of them?
For me, the difficult one was a cat and a pig.
Okay.
The cat, he was really scared, and his jaws are really tight. His muzzle, so it doesn't really open. So
how'd you get him to open his mouth?
we got it from the cheek area, so we actually forced him, but without trying to harm him. And then the pig also, he was really scared because he's not used to people holding him like that. So that's really difficult.
And you have video of this?
Yeah.
So I would like to see that at the end.
Okay.
Oh yes, we do. Definitely. What so okay, let's continue with the.
For me,
yeah, please.
it was the dog.
Yeah. How come?
Because he would try to bite us.
Fabulous.
But the bunny was very easy because he would chew on the syringe himself. So
Aww.
it would be easy to get the saliva.
And they all had plenty of spit. You were able to harvest equal amounts for all of them.
Yeah.
Interesting. What was that amount?
Oh, it's the equal amount for each
Oh,
one?
no, there wasn't actually
Yeah.
equal. There was less for a cat and less for the pig.
So how much did you use in each test, just out of curiosity?
About a millimeter or
Or a millimeter and a half.
So you put it over the
Yeah.
or was it a milligram?
milliliter. It was a syringe. So
A milliliter.
Yeah.
Okay, not millimeter. Got it. And you just put it all over
the bacteria
a petri
we
on the bacteria growth. Great. Talk to me about the bacteria. Where'd you harvest that from?
We got it from the playground. So
The playground
and
here.
The handlebar.
yeah.
So did you guys actually see the growth of the bacteria really quickly?
Yeah.
So
in the control group, it was filled with bacteria on the top too.
So you were really surprised by the amount of bacteria that you grew off of our playground, obviously.
Well, I mean, not really, because it's the playground. Everybody was touching it.
Okay.
So.
And let's talk about what you did. So if you talked about the playground and the bacteria collection. Talk to me. Let's take one of the animals. We'll start with Piggy. Tell me from the time you harvested Piggy's saliva all the way to the end of the experiment what the procedures were. And you could just kind of make them kind of vague.
So to harvest the pig saliva, we had to gather the materials like the syringe and the container and the pig. And then basically we just put the container somewhere else where we held the pig, and then we got the saliva with the syringe on the side of the cheek. Once we got it, we put it in the...
For all of them? For all the
of them.
animals, it was from the cheek, okay?
Yeah, and then we put it in the little container that we had, and then we topped it, and then we put aluminum so it won't expose any different...
The light?
Yeah, the light. And then then after we set up the agar on the petri dish, we rubbed the bacteria, and then we rubbed we let it grow, and the next day we put the saliva.
Okay, so it grew for 1 day. And you got that significant. Could you see on each of the petri dishes, could you see where you would swab the saliva?
Yeah,
Obviously.
it was darker with the parts where we would put the saliva. It was way darker than the parts where we did.
Wow, very cool. So what were your conclusions? Talk to me about your data and your graph and what your conclusions were.
Well, we concluded that, from our experiment, we noticed that it wasn't really the cats that killed the most. It was the old dog.
Yeah,
mine.
her dog.
And was there an age difference or breed
There was
difference
a
in the
big
two
age
dogs?
difference.
Yeah, because
Mine is 10.
and then mine is 4.
Yeah.
So it's
Interesting.
big different, and probably also the breed and
The way that.
the sex.
Yeah.
Their sex.
So what was, one was a male, one was a female?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was a female, and hers was a male.
So the male, older dog gave away the most, its saliva had the most microbial.
And then the
Interesting.
cat was second.
The cat was second. And that was what you guys thought, that it was going to be the cat of
Yeah,
all of them
yeah.
that had the higher antibiotic
Yes.
antiseptic. Talk to me a little bit about if you were going to do or extend this experiment, because I know you're both interested in animals, you love animals. I know there's some veterinary hope in both of your futures, or are you looking at going veterinary science? Something. So what would you do if you were going to redo an experiment similar? What would you change?
Collect more saliva.
More
Definitely,
saliva.
yeah.
So you would do more than 1 day collection maybe, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so you'd wait till you get a larger amount.
Larger
What's the
amount.
reasoning for that?
Because we feel that could have been one experimental error.
Oh, okay, talk to me about that.
Because maybe the amount of saliva wasn't right for killing bacteria. Because
Mhm.
some had way more than others.
Got it.
Like, I'm pretty sure her dog had more than mine,
Yeah.
my cat, which was a real big difference because then the cat wouldn't have enough saliva to kill all the bacteria.
What about collection times? Did you guys collect them at the same time of the day, before or after eating,
No.
before or after drinking? Were you able to control any of that?
Not the before or after eating,
Yeah.
but we collected it at the morning of the day. We
Oh, good. Okay, so so you were working with that poor piggy early in the morning before
Yeah.
you oh wow.
And I came to school late.
Yeah, okay, because you were playing with pig saliva. So I think that's really good because you tried to get them before they ate, before they drank, so there was no other control. And I think the only other way you could really control that is if they were caged lab animals, and
Yeah.
you really wanted to go with domesticated animals that were in people's homes, which makes sense. What are some conclusions you took from this, as far as pets, as far as animals, as far as some of the wives' tales about the mouth of dogs? What are some conclusions?
I guess the wives tell about dogs saliva being cleaner than ours is true, but then at the same time it's not because also they got bacteria from everywhere,
Did you test human bacteria?
No, we didn't. Only animal.
That might have been something to compare. I mean, just
Yeah.
harvest from one human and compare against the animals, just because we're constantly thinking that our saliva is so much cleaner than
Yeah.
everybody else's. Anything else as far as things you would change or you'd redo or you'd do differently?
Maybe
Variety?
variety
More
of
animals.
of animals.
Different animals. So like what else? What other animals would you be interested in testing?
Well, I think
An
maybe
elephant.
An elephant. I would love to get video of you harvesting elephant saliva. That would be fantabulous, yes.
I don't know, just different animals, maybe different breeds of rabbit or pig.
Yeah, because I noticed you used an albino, and I would be curious to see if there's a difference because of the epistatic gene in the albino versus the a regular animal. Just because we know that the epistatic gene in albino turns things off in its body, maybe that would have been an option. Talk to me about connections. So, what connections do you guys get from this? Sorry. What connections do you get from this that maybe will tie into your future or future knowledge or things that you might want to learn more about later in regards to this project?
Like how it can be used for future research?
Yeah.
Basically, we're thinking that maybe in the future scientists could use the components of dog or cat saliva and then put it in vaccine. They could either take the components or they could replicate it themselves.
I'd be curious to see about allergens as well, because
Yeah.
that whole everybody's allergic to one or the other, or sometimes both. I wonder if they're also allergic to the spit, and if by identifying the enzymes in the spit might also lead to better allergies.
Yeah.
Excuse me, presentations. Excellent. If I could see your research papers with dissection, or with the citation. Sorry, we're not dissecting your animals.
Oh.
Is this something you guys
Works
might?
cited?
Yeah, works cited, please. Oh, perfect. Perfect. And then I just need to see your data collection. Perfect. We're excited. We're excited. Thank you. Thank you. And then just data collection.
Yeah,
And there's your dates. Perfect.
Yeah.
You guys are done. Thank you very much.